So I don't usually cover like news on this channel. In fact, I have not done that ever, and this isn't exactly news at this point. We've known this stuff for a while. But I was thinking about it the other day and realized that this is kind of extremely worrying when put alongside other things happening. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, let's dive in. Disney, right? They like money. And they have a few movies that made a lot of money. So they decided, yo dudes, let's release a sequel to milk this IP for all it's worth. So that's what they did. And as a result, we got Ralph Breaks the Internet in 2018 and Frozen 2 in 2019. I don't like either of these movies very much, but they have their fans. However, they were obviously made because the first ones were highly successful, not because they had an actual desire to continue the story. A sentiment we'll discuss again very soon. Anyway, more recently, we got four Disney and Pixar sequels announced. So let's talk about them. Hoping this video is on the shorter side, because I'm working on a big old Guardians video and it's taking a lot of time, oh my gosh. First up on the list is Inside Out 2. We've known about this one the longest, and I have thoughts. Now, it is undeniable that Inside Out got Pixar out of a bit of a slump. Their movies weren't quite hitting the same levels of praise as their golden age, where they released consistent bangers. But Monsters University, Brave, and especially Cars 2 failed to get the same levels of reverence as those films, and Inside Out completely shook it up, being highly praised upon release and sparking a new era of undeniable effort from that point on. As for my thoughts on the movie, I like it. It hasn't really stuck with me like the best Pixar movies, but it has some really creative concepts, a great sense of humor, tear-jerky moments. Like, yeah, it's a prime Pixar movie. And even though it's not, like, even in my top tiers at all, there's a ton of people who utterly adore this one, and it's a success in every sense of the word. So with that in mind, making a sequel makes all the sense in the world, right? But wait, what's that? Pete Docter isn't directing? Red flag! Red flag alert! Okay, I'm exaggerating, but a much bigger red flag is that Mindy Kaling will not be returning to the film, and it isn't confirmed that anyone who's not Amy Poehler is coming back. This is worrying because the comedy is one of the best parts of Inside Out, and that's thanks to the voice cast. Admittedly, Kaling was the least funny of the cast, but if Lewis Black, Phyllis Smith, and especially Bill Hader don't come back...
Paint the barn with the gal. Put the gal in the barn and...
Yeah, maybe.
You know, American Dream, gal in a barn.
That's not great. Also, I don't feel like the first film left room for a sequel. Like I guess there's the puberty joke, but that felt like a wink wink nudge nudge joke, not really a setup. Okay, I'm out of things to say. Bit concerned for this one. Also, just saying, can we appreciate that Inside Out is Pete Docter's worst movie? Like, I know it's not related, but, like, this guy knows how to make movies, that's all I'm saying. Okay, next up, Zootopia 2. This one's wild. This was first mentioned, like, years ago, right? Like, I remember hearing about this. So this movie's actually been a long time coming. Anyway, I talked a bit about Zootopia in my Twist Villain video. I'm not overly fond of it, but I really love the concept and world. I just think it's a little too reliant on its very flawed allegory. Zootopia 2 has potential. I mean, just another fun mystery in this cool world would be awesome. It's just mainly that allegory part I'm a bit worried about. Like, I wouldn't be if the allegory was good, but it's not. And I'm not alone in thinking that. I've seen plenty of folks, some of which love the movie, criticize that aspect of it. My thoughts aside, this makes the most sense out of any of these to make a sequel. Like there's plenty of potential and no reason not to. The first one had critical and financial success, so why not? No reason not to. Yeah, I don't really, I'm not that worried about this one. About all I have to say there, so let's move on to Frozen 3, which was initially confirmed on Jimmy Fallon and then later actually confirmed by Disney. I mean, yeah, it was inevitable. I do not have a single iota of care for these movies, but it makes all the sense in the world to make a third one, right? Frozen 1 was a global phenomenon. Frozen 2 is the highest grossing animated movie of all time if you don't include the Lion King remake, which I utterly refuse to out of respect for the art. As for my hopes or worries, I don't care enough it's Frozen 3. I hope the songs are passable. I hope Kristoff doesn't get written out halfway through. I hope Elsa drives a bus off a mountain and dies. What does that mean? Oh, well, I don't want to think about this movie. Add back that adorable cut Anna and Kristoff song, Cowards. It's genuinely one of the most wholesome songs in Disney history, and it's not even in a movie. That is infuriating! And finally, we have the one that prompted the creation of this video. Toy Story 5. Oh boy. So not only did we get Toy Story 3, a perfect ending for the main plot, but we also got Toy Story 4, a perfect ending to Woody's character arc and a beautiful epilogue and closer to Toy Story as a whole. Pixar insisted that that film was made because they had a desire to tell a story. And honestly, the film turned out so good that I'm close to believing it. But Toy Story 5? No. You cannot convince me there was any motivator aside from cold hard cash. And they haven't even tried to justify it, so, yeah. There's nothing else we can even do at this point. Woody and Buzz are separated forever. You're really gonna reverse that ending immediately? I mean, okay, it's been like 5 years or so, but still, there's nothing else we can do. Toy Story 4 was bold for even existing. We're lucky it turned out good. This already feels like we're grasping at straws, and we literally don't even know what the story is about. Maybe it'll turn out great. I mean, there hasn't been a bad Toy Story movie yet. Oh, wait. But yeah, it's worrying. And combining this shameless thing with the abundant, terrible live-action remakes, can we agree this is looking bad, fellas? Little Mermaid is literally a couple weeks away. Oh my gosh. After Encanto and the trailer for Wish, it kind of seemed like Disney was planning on going back to its roots a bit. Encanto is a classic-feeling Disney movie that has a very different story and tone. It's experimental, despite having that Disney feel, and I believe it should be the blueprint. And, you know, I think it will. For a sequel in 3 years, but Stephanie Beatrice doesn't play Mirabelle and she's replaced with Aquafina or something. And Wish looks like, okay, the animation is a little odd, but yeah. I don't know. I know I want to say something like Disney can't survive if they keep doing, you know, like low effort sequels and rushed out products and whatnot, but we both know that's a lie. This Lilo and Stitch image is AI generated. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. Goodbye.